Here's how to use TRX straps to prevent neck and back pain when working at a desk. First, let's answer, what are TRX straps? Well, they're known as suspension trainers, or TRX is a common brand that makes them. They are a type of exercise equipment that involves a strap that doesn't have any give to it and then handles at the end. They typically are adjustable in some way for length, and they're going to have some way to anchor them to a pivot point, either to some hook on the ceiling or something that looks like this, where you can hook it over a door and then they'll hang, and now you have a resistance point to do exercise from. So to use these, you're going to find a door that closes towards you, and you're going to hook this over the top of the door, so give it a little toss, and then now you can close the door and make sure you get to that point. So there's no way this door is going to open because we're going in the direction that the door closed. So now they're anchored and ready. So now I'm going to adjust them before I start my workout. So in some way I'm going to get to the clip and I'm going to pull down to make them longer, or I can go ahead and pull up to make them shorter. And this exercise I'm going to do, I'm going to make them longer so that way they're going to be ready for step 1. Make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. So there's 3 key exercises that I like for people that do desk-related jobs. So when you're in that job, you're in this seated position, meaning your knee is typically bent, your hip is flexed, and everything you do is forward. You're answering the phone, you're typing, you're writing. So we get tight in here, weak, weak, tight. So we just want to counterbalance all of that with exercise. So what we do is we strengthen, strengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that, okay? So to strengthen the glutes and the mid-back, this is going to be our first exercise. We're going to walk into a bridge position, meaning I'm keeping my glutes engaged. I'm not dropping my hips, I keep them engaged. From here, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades, complete a row, and then come back down. So I'm just maintaining the bridge as I do my row. It'll keep my mid-back nice and strong and my glutes nice and strong. Now I want to think about my hamstrings, or those muscles that really like to get short and tight when I sit for a while. Well, I can do some lengthening and strengthening to that by going into a single leg Roman deadlift. So I stand on one leg. I'm going to hinge forward, making sure that I don't round my back. I want to keep a nice strong core when I do this until I feel a pull into the back of my leg, not a locked knee, a soft knee, and then I'm going to come back up. I'm using the TRX straps here just to help me a little bit with my balance. So I should feel the work happen in the back of my leg, and at the end of it, my glute finishes the work. So that way, I'm going to get a lot of length and strength into the back of the leg. And finally, people that work at a desk have so much tendency to get tight in the front of their chest and neck and into the front of the hips because we're tight in that seated position. So we're just going to open all of that up. So I'm going to reverse my stance here. I'm facing away from the anchor point of the TRX straps. I'm going to take a big step forward. I'm going to lunge down, and I'm going to feel a stretch to the front of my shoulders. I'm also feeling a stretch into the front of my left hip right now. I'm going to step back, and I'm going to reverse that. I'm going to step forward with my left leg, lunge down, and now I feel a stretch in the front of my right hip and both shoulders, and then come back. And then I just alternate that stretch, and it's great to open up the front of the chest and the front of the hips. These 3 exercises are going to help keep that chest open, that mid-back strong. It's going to help keep the length in the hamstrings and strengthen your glutes so that you can sit upright or stand at that desk and be able to complete the activity all day long and not get that recurrent neck and low back pain. If you like working out like this, using suspension trainers, don't forget we do have an app that has a whole section just on whole body workouts with suspension trainers. So exercise now,